Welcome to Relation EQ. I'm your host, Julie Sims, and today we have back into our studio Arbnora. She was last here in February of 2024, and she told her interesting story about being a Kosovo refugee at the age of 5 and her experience of that, and how she had lived through that and had become an overcomer. And so now we're picking back up where we left off and seeing just where is she now. So welcome to the studio, Arbnora.
Thank you, Julie. It's an honor to be here. I'm ready to do a part 2, and I can't believe it's already been over 2 years.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked it's been that long, because it has been so cool to see our friendship develop.
Yeah.
So audience, I want you to know a lot has happened between Arbnora and I in the past 2 years. And I'm just going to start off because what our topic today is about mentorship and the value of mentorship. And for Arbnora and I, we feel like it has been a win-win situation.
100%.
But it's been birthed out of a relationship I never saw coming, like a surprise relationship. So I'm going to describe the first time I ever saw you, because we were at a mural festival in Amarillo, Texas, and it's called the Hoodoo Festival. And I'm there mainly because of my kids who are in their 30s and going, Mom, Dad, come to this festival. I mean, we're in the older part of the crowd. And so Brian and I are there, and they've got silent disco, and they've got a huge stage set up and loud disco music. And, we're there for our kids. I'll just say we're there for our kids. We grew up with 80s music. And so I see these two rock star looking girls walk by, and I'm like, who is that? Like, those are not local girls. They do not look like West Texas girls. And it happened to be Arbnora and her also beautiful sister, Lydia. And they stuck out, and I just was like, who are they? So I would kind of watch for you two in the crowd going, there they are again, and there they are again. Well, never knowing that a little later that there would be a store grand opening, a Dillard's grand opening, and Arbnora is a professional model, and I am an amateur model, but we model nonetheless. Yes. And so we both got to model for this grand opening, and so I see her, and I'm thinking, that's Miss Hotshot. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like I'm going to get to meet her. And so I truly probably was a little starstruck, because I'm like, my family was there, and I'm like, no, you've got to meet this girl. She's really fascinating. And so I introduced you to my family, and it was kind of there that I learned more of your story. And I began to ask you questions while we were waiting around. And I can't remember the next step, but it's like our lives just kept intersecting. And it finally got to where it's like, why don't we just have coffee together? Like, just you and me. Forget these other people. Let's let it be the two of us. And so that's when we began to delve into this friendship that we now have. And we began to ask questions like, what's your background? What do you do? What do you think about this or that? And so that's kind of how we developed. So that's where I met her. So do you remember any of that?
Absolutely.
Do you
all of it.
All of it? Okay. It was good. And so that first coffee, it was when we began to just kind of get real with each other.
Yeah.
It was like, this isn't about modeling. This is just about friendship and learning about each other. And that's what I think going to lunch and coffee with people is so important. It's making the time to listen to other people's stories.
Yeah.
And so when I listened to yours, I was like, oh, you've got to come on our podcast. So what do you remember about that?
I don't remember our first coffee date, actually.
Do you remember our podcast?
Of course I remember our podcast. Every time I'm near you, I have an opportunity to show up fully, which I can't say that for a lot of people. So for that, I'm very grateful.
So when you say fully, what do you mean?
So you're the type of woman that I feel that I can show up to you in my pain, in my triumph, in my confusion, in my clarity, in my passion, and also in my overwhelm. And so that's what I mean, the fullness of me.
Oh, so I get all of you?
Yes. You know, not half of me or a third, but the 100%.
But that's what I call authenticity.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm not looking for fake friends.
Right.
I want people who will let down their guard, take their mask off, and really say, okay, this is me. Do you still want to be friends?
Yeah.
And, you know, typically we have to understand that everybody has warts, everybody has faults, but it's like, yeah, but where's the gold? Where is the gold in that person? And so I think that that's part of what we've been looking for in each other. And even though there's such an age difference between us, and we're not going to talk about what the age is. Women don't do that, okay, people?
We don't see age when we look at each other.
No, I don't think that we do. I think that we see both powerful, beautiful women. And that's appealing to us because there's things in you that I want to be. And I think that there's things in me that you go, yeah, I want that.
Yeah.
And so I think we're both equally seeing that gold in each other and going, okay, because it's true. You become who you hang around with.
Right.
And so as we hang around with each other, we're developing and we're sharpening each other. And so how would you say that you and I have been intentional about doing that? Because we have been intentional.
Yes, and I'm glad that you said that, intentional. You have helped me realize things about myself that I may have not seen. We are very honest about where we're at and what we want for our own lives. And I think it's easier, once you want that for yourself, it's easier to translate that with someone else.
Yeah, I think intentionality is a big word for you.
Yeah.
It is for me. I think that's a common ground that you and I have, that we don't just live life flippantly. It's like we have goals. And that's some of the things that we talk about when we get together.
Yeah.
In fact, I can even remember the two of us sitting in my kitchen, and we had notebook and paper and pens. It's like, all right, what are we going to do? Do you remember that one?
Yes. You ignite things in me. And that's, I think, what I yearn for in women as well. You know, it's fun to have fun and kind of be silly, but ultimately I want to build something, build a friendship, build a professional relationship, just build something together. That's what I really like about you, because it doesn't seem like it's just, oh, we're just having fun or talking about this, messing around. But with you, I feel like I can build up and build myself, help build you up, and kind of just close the gap where I might be a little weak, you are quite strong. And where you may be a little weak, I'm quite strong. And so just having that harmonious relationship means a lot to me. So much so, because relationships shouldn't feel hard. And I'm tired of them having to feel hard. That doesn't make sense to me. Especially when you're intentional.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It does, because I think you and I meet on purpose.
Yeah.
Like we have kind of established a pattern of staying in contact and meeting. We probably meet maybe at least once a month or every 6 weeks. Like, we're going to connect. So,
or I'll call you randomly.
Yes, I'll get a random call, and I try to pick it up if I can. But that signals to me, hey, it's time. It's time for another coffee. And but I think that we're very purposeful, because if I recall, when we met in my kitchen, you felt like you had a book brewing inside of you. And I agreed. I was like, you totally have a book. And so you and I got index cards, and we began to map out the chapters to your book.
Yes.
And so we had a project. It's like, all right, chapter 1. Okay, chapter 2. And just making time to tell your story and to begin to pull it out of you. But it kind of takes that mentor to go, sit down and start writing.
Yes.
We're doing it right now.
And I was like, okay, I'm on it.
Yeah, we're on it. You know, and just that accountability, that's also a key part of mentorship, is we hold each other accountable.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, What have you done? All right, how are we doing on this? Have are you better on this? And so I would say that also is another one of the values of seeking out that one-to-one relationship where you're meeting on a regular basis, you're asking and key questions of how's your progress coming along, how are we doing, and just keeping each other on track with things that we've talked about that we would truly like to see happen in each other's lives.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit of a taskmaster. And yet you're, and I think we're both visionaries and dreamers. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's part of what we share in common. Yeah. So tell us a little bit about where you've come from that last podcast. It's been 2 years.
Yeah.
And so what has transpired? And maybe what are some changes that you think you've grown in? Because I know you've grown. I've seen it.
I'm going to start with saying that really ignited something in me, how powerful sharing your story is, and using your voice as a modality to help yourself, help others, and help just kind of process things, help see things clearly. After our podcast, I felt like it unlocked a lot in me and about my story and about what that takes to actually own that. So ever since then, I've been on a couple other podcasts as well.
Oh, good.
And I have definitely honored my voice and sharing my inner world. I like my shell, and you help bring me out of my shell as well. And so all in all, I feel a lot more open, a lot more willing, and I've been definitely humbled too.
How would you say that?
Yeah, because sometimes you think, oh, I've been through so much, these people don't understand, they wouldn't know. And so that can kind of harden you a little bit and cause you to have these pre-notions about things. And so I've learned to deconstruct those as I open up more about my story and about what I've been through, because I think there's a lot of vulnerability there.
Would you call those walls?
Sure.
Okay. Kind of taking down the walls.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that. I think we all have walls in some areas.
It's true.
And the walls need to go.
Yeah.
I mean, we do want to keep healthy boundaries in certain areas of our lives, but we can find these walls that are not helping us.
Right.
And there again, I think that's where it takes another person to maybe help you see, hey, that's sounding like a wall in your life.
Yeah.
And going, maybe we should take that down. Because I know I had said some things to you one day, and you were like, whoa, that's not okay. And I was like, what do you mean that's not okay? I've always thought that way. And yet you, through some good questions, kind of helped me think through something that I had always, I just hadn't even questioned it.
Yeah.
Until when I said it, it struck you so much that you were like, stop. Did you even just hear yourself? And I was like, well, I always say that. I always think that. Mm-hmm. And I think that was, that would be a moment where I would say that I benefited from you because you heard a wall, you heard something that didn't sound right to you, and you questioned me on it.
Yeah.
And you just stopped me and said, let's talk this through. And that was really helpful to me.
Absolutely. And that takes vulnerability. You have to have a willingness to put down that wall and deconstruct it.
Yeah. We've talked about the honesty that's developed between us.
Yes.
We have been honest with each other.
And we will continue to.
Yes, because that's one of the things we value about this relationship that we've been working on is that if we see something, it's like we call it out.
Yeah.
But we don't do it in a hard way. The point of calling anything out in each other is calling us up to go, okay, let's identify this. But how are we going to correct this?
Yes.
And how are we going to move forward from this? And there again, holding the accountability of each other.
And people that truly care do that for you.
Yeah.
Truly care. And one thing I know about you is you do care.
I do care.
And you can tell every time. And through that care, I've been able to care more about myself too. And being honest about myself. Where do I need some work? Where do I need some character development?
Right.
Where can I push instead of pull? that
Yeah.
makes sense.
Yeah, not work so hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to bring up something that Brian and I talk about a lot because it seems to keep happening to us, and that is taking risks with people that we don't know. I mean, a situation will come up, and it's like, okay, I don't know about this, but we'll take a risk, and then we'll go back to each other and go, well, I need to tell you about something. We're going to do this. And that came about when you were turning 30. And, I knew you, but I didn't know your friend group that well. And so you had invited me to your 30th birthday party, and I'm thinking, okay, that's kind of crazy. Like, 30-year-olds don't invite me to their birthday party. I don't often have that happen.
Are you referring to this year, Julie?
Am I what?
Are you referring to this year, right?
I'm sorry, say that again?
You're referring to this year.
Yes.
Right? So I'm 31.
I'm sorry, 31. It was her 31. So anyhow, she calls me and she's talking about it, and you can tell in her voice there's disappointment. And the place that she was going to have her birthday party, the gal backed out on her. And so she's telling me, about this, and I'm sitting here thinking, well, I could let you use my house. And I'm thinking, I don't know her friends. And so I said, well, Arbnora, would you like to use my house? And you're like, do you even remember your response? It was like, oh, Julie, that would be great. And I'm thinking, okay, well, we're off the cliff now. And yet, because of that, taking that risk, Brian and I had such a beautiful night of getting to meet your family, your relatives, cousins, aunts, and your brother brought in Kosovo food. You guys brought in all this ethnic food from your homeland, and you brought in a guitar player who played beautiful music in my living room, and then we had a DJ on the back porch. And it was like one of these experiences that we were like, I'm so glad I said yes.
Aww.
I'm so glad that we, in a sense, opened our hearts and our home to you. And I think that our relationship definitely went to a new level after that night because we just knew so much more about you. So tell us a little bit more about your family, because I've met them, but our audience hasn't.
I love that you brought that up, Julie. I kind of want to touch on that point a little bit more.
Okay.
Because back to the, I do have my own shell, and I don't necessarily show people the fullness of my heart and who I truly am. And so that was a great opportunity for me, too, to kind of connect deeper with you and with Brian, too.
True. Yeah.
Because y'all are a package deal.
We are.
Yeah.
We're salt and pepper.
So you're not getting Julie without Brian and vice versa.
True.
And so I love that you did that for me. That was so special.
It was special.
And I love my family a lot. And I'm the oldest sister, and so that's kind of ingrained in me to be like that. But family doesn't always have to be blood. When you allow people in your hearts and you spend time with them and you build something with them, they become like family. You transition from friends to being closer. So that's why I call us soul sisters. Because I feel that on a deeper level. And so, I think family is important. But right now I'm learning that I am an individual as much as I am a daughter, a sister, a cousin, a niece, an auntie. Those are just labels that I have been that have been given to me. And so now I'm learning, I have to create my own family too. What does that mean for me? How do I want to set the standard? What kind of systems will I create? How many children do I want? What will my husband? What kind of life will I build with my husband? And so I'm 31 now, and so naturally I'm transitioning to more of those thoughts. And it's new for me, and it is quite the huge step to decide, okay, now I'm ready to create my own family. What will that look like? What will that feel like? Who will I be? And so that's the era and phase I'm in my life right now.
Okay. So to me, it's interesting that you're just now thinking about this.
In depth.
Yeah. Of going, okay. So you're feeling it. It's like, it's time. It's time to step into that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love my family. They have ingrained resilience in me, kindness, love, hard work, what it is to provide for something and be something bigger than yourself. And so I'm excited to take all that goodness and to create with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, gee, I hope Mr. Wonderful walks in soon.
He's somewhere.
You know he has to have my approval.
Absolutely.
Oh, gosh.
Definitely your blessing for sure.
Okay, so anything else that you feel has been transpiring in your life or any other areas? I will say that one of the things that you invited me to recently was a panel discussion where you were one of the panelists.
Yes.
And so that was a cool experience. One, I felt honored that you would ask me, but there again, I didn't know that kind of thing was going on in Amarillo, kind of a new thing. But so there were three of us, and it just was so enjoyable to watch my girl, Arbnora, do such a brilliant job of answering questions about successes, failures, how you've handled things. And I thought you were very poised and that you truly gave some very thoughtful answers. And I thought you did a fantastic job. And so that was really fun. Any comments you want to say about that experience?
Thank you for saying that, Julie. And thank you for coming, too.
Oh, I loved it.
I enjoyed being a panelist and sharing my authentic thoughts to a group of people that are really tuning in. It's a little nerve-wracking sometimes, but once you get that flow and you can understand the question, the energy of the room, because ultimately my job is to make sure that I say things that people need to hear. I know my story. I know what I've been through. I know my inner world. Now, the people don't know that. So being a master communicator, which is what I want to become, involves giving people ease so they can also figure out their own stuff. And so that's what makes me a powerful speaker as well when I show up, because it's not just about me, it's about how I've turned things for me and transformed them for the greater good, where other people can also take those lessons and tweak them if they need to and apply them in their own lives. Because what I've noticed is joy and knowledge and growth is best shared.
I would say that's true. So another thing that we have done together was the Colorful Closets fashion show.
Yes.
We have to tell our audience about that because I was invited by a friend to a lunch and learn, and I'm there listening to this gal who we just did a podcast with, Keely Brown of Colorful Closets. And she's talking about this organization that she and her good friend Lindsay Wing had formed, and that they clothe refugee children who are in need.
Yeah.
And that their fundraiser is a fashion show. So I'm sitting there at the lunch and learn putting the puzzle pieces together going, I know a model who's a refugee who teaches children how to model, and they're putting on a fashion show of children who they clothe with clothing for refugee children. I mean, it was too obvious. Okay, I have to make the connection. And so I introduced you to Keely and Lindsay, and you graciously gave your time and energy, and you coached their children how to professionally model.
Yes.
And the fashion show was a huge success, and it was a whole nother level that they could tell that the kids had been trained, and that you, just watching you manage those children, you had them under your control. And you could tell the admiration that they had in their eyes for you, that they were grateful that you were helping them. And so it was just such a unique way for you to fit in as a refugee into our community, serve our community, and give back, and give the talents and skills that you have back to a worthy cause, Colorful Closets. And so that was such a cool night that we got to experience together. Anything you want to comment about that night?
Oh, I love your commentary, first of all. Just by you explaining things like that in your perspective helped bring things full circle for me too. And when I just do me, so I don't see the effect that I have. I just know I need to show up, do my job, and do it well, so these children can excel. And so it's cool seeing it from a different perspective. And one thing I do love is children. And part of my life's mission is to educate, mentor, and protect them as well. And so it was fun to do that. And thank you for that opportunity, for having me in your mind and connecting that. One thing about you is you are abundant in connections, abundant in prayer, abundant in knowing the goodness and the miracles that come just from making connections.
And that was a connection that needed to happen.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad that you got to meet Keely and Lindsay.
Yes, they were wonderful. And their cause is so needed.
Hearts of gold.
Yeah.
Hearts of gold. And so that was, in the past 2 years, that's another thing that we have done together that I just never saw that coming. I never saw these cool connections happening between the two of us. I'm so glad. Like I said with Brian and I'm so glad I took that risk of going, all right, I'm going to try and get to know this gal.
Yeah. I can be a little rough around the edges sometimes. So.
We've had some honest conversations.
That you've seen past that.
So let's, as we're heading towards the end, it's like, okay, future, not just family, but there's been talk of you going back to Kosovo.
Yes.
And your sister Lydia has already gone back. Mm-hmm. And so is that still in the works, and why?
Yes, it is. And I love Amarillo. I love the U.S. I love Texas. But I am ready to get to know my roots and seeing how deep, how powerful, how resilient, and how capable those are. I know my foliage, my American foliage. That's been fun. It's been great learning lessons, met some amazing people. But I want to see who I am in my roots and how deep they really go. So I'm ready to take that full circle. And I'm global. I'll be all over the map, all over the world. And so Amarillo is just a launch pad. And I will always come back, and I will always honor where I grew up, where I was educated, where I gained these lessons. And so I'm ready to do something different, the cool thing is Kosovo is great allies with the U.S. already.
Oh, good.
So essentially just strengthening that connection.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it won't be hard to go back to get there.
Not at all.
So is the family farm still there?
Absolutely.
So when was the last time you saw it?
It's been about 2 years since I've been back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I know that
Which
you've
is
gone
long
back.
for me.
Oh, is that long?
Yeah.
Okay.
I usually go at least once a year.
Well, I mean, there could be a future visit to Kosovo.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I better see you and Brian. Hopefully.
The way you've described it as beautiful farmland and the food and everything.
The hospitality.
I just want to see the people.
The people.
If all of them look as good looking as you and your brother and your sister. Like I said, it's not a West Texas look at all.
And we can't forget about my middle sister, too.
Yes.
She went to the military straight out of high school.
Okay.
So she didn't get to be as close to us, but now she is out. She's a veteran.
Wow.
And she's a big part of our story, too.
So she's an American veteran.
Yeah.
Good. Wow.
She's in the Air Force.
Wow.
And get this, she won Airman of the Year out of the whole Air Force.
That's impressive.
Yes.
That's impressive. So what's her job in the Air Force?
She was in public health.
Okay. Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Which is a very important job.
Yes. Yes. Knowing our close ties to
So,
medicine.
and ultimately, Julie, it comes down to my family.
Yeah.
I miss my family a lot. And I miss the Albanian parts of me that I had to turn off to survive. And so now as an adult, I don't have to do that anymore. I can put down those walls, and I can be free and authentic in the totality of me. Not just the American version of me or the Albanian version of me, but the wholeness of me that I've been able to build, acquire, and uncover through my journey.
So will you be doing modeling in
Kosovo?
Yes.
Probably.
Probably.
Yeah. I plan on being an ambassador to Kosovo.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Like a U.S. ambassador?
More or less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not
So-
afraid of anything, are we?
That's the cool thing is the possibilities are limitless, Julie. I have no limits. Zero. The only limits I have are the ones that I put on me. Because our God wants us to be big, bold, go for it. That's how anything in this world is accomplished. You think it's accomplished by people that don't go for it? You think this world was built by people that were scared, that didn't feel enough, that played small? Absolutely not. Not the U.S. Some of the biggest, most boldest people reside in the U.S. And so I got to have that part of me be activated here. And I love it, especially living in Texas.
Oh, I was going to say.
It made my head a little big. Everything truly is bigger in Texas.
Our egos, our dreams, our ambitions, they're all good.
All
So
of it.
I do think God divinely put you in Amarillo, Texas.
100%.
I do. And I do remember after we wrapped up 2 years ago that you, Brian, and I sat here and we talked about spiritual things.
Yes.
And that was such a beautiful conversation with you. And that kind of opened the door for us to go into that areas of our lives. And I think that we've really blossomed in that area. And we've really grown to appreciate what God's done in our lives. And we know that we are where we are at because God was with us.
100%.
And so I saw that in you, and I have seen you develop spiritually as a woman of God, and I've seen you grow in your faith.
Yes.
And that's pretty sweet to a mama heart.
Aw, that's
Pretty
wonderful.
sweet. Yeah. And so I just also had to add that was another layer of the depth of our friendship.
Yeah.
And so I just want to tell you thank you. I'm grateful for your friendship. I'm thankful that you let me into your life and that our paths crossed. And so, Arbnora, I'm so happy that we could have this second conversation and bring our audience up to date as to where you're at and what you've experienced and where you're going. And so I wish you well as you take your new American side back to Kosovo and that
Full
you
circle.
go and change the world.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for being here today.
Aw, thank you for that, Julie. Thanks for believing in me. And I am so excited for what the future holds for both of us. And you will be visiting Kosovo.
I can't wait.
And thanks for having me on again. And thanks to the audience as well. Thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to leave y'all with this one message, and that is to go for it. No matter what it is, those dreams were put in your heart for a reason. Don't be scared. Have that faith. And find the people that will help build that with you. So,
That's a good message.
yeah.
Thanks, Arbnora.
You're welcome.